Weather News Bulletins and the Atlantic, late August. Early September. Good day to all our viewers tuning in to today's weather forecast bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, the summer of 2025 in the United States is preparing to close with a scenario both extraordinary and unexpected. After weeks of relentless heat and record-breaking temperatures, this week a powerful and rare cold air mass for the month of August is preparing to surge into U.S. territory. According to meteorological experts, this cold outbreak will bring down temperatures across vast areas by 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit within just a few days. For tens of millions of Americans, this will be the first clear taste of autumn this summer. More notably, this chill is not expected to pass quickly as in previous events, but rather to last for 5 to 7 days, long enough to create a turning point in the nation's weather outlook. Meanwhile, as the U.S. mainland prepares to embrace an unusual chill, the Atlantic Ocean is heating up day by day. The U.S. National Hurricane Center is currently monitoring 2 tropical disturbances, one of which has a high chance of developing into a storm and moving into the Caribbean, threatening heavy rains, flooding, and even potential impacts on the U.S. mainland in the medium to long term. In today's bulletin, we will bring you the full picture, from unprecedented drops in temperature across the North, Midwest, and Southeast, to the risks posed by tropical storms forming in the Atlantic. Current weather, a temporary calm before the change. Looking at today's weather in general, many meteorologists have described it as one of the calmest days nationwide so far this year. No major hurricanes, no extreme heat waves, no severe snowstorms, yet this calm is only temporary. Large-scale atmospheric systems are already aligning to trigger dramatic changes in the coming days. On the rainfall map, showers and thunderstorms are concentrated around the Gulf of Mexico and across the southeastern states. Localized heavy rains may lead to flash flooding, particularly in low-lying, urban areas such as New Orleans, Mobile, or Tallahassee. In addition, a large low-pressure system is now active north of the Great Lakes, acting as a gateway for the cold air mass from Canada that will sweep into the U.S. within the next 48 hours. Cold air surging south, breaking end-of-summer records. Forecast models show that this intense cold air mass originates in Canada and is being funneled southeastward by a deep trough over the Great Lakes and Midwest. Combined with strong high pressure anchored over the southwest, this setup will channel the chill directly into the central, eastern, and even parts of the southern U.S., reaching as far as Florida. From Monday to Wednesday, much of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast will experience a dramatic cooldown, with temperatures dropping up to 30 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. This is extremely rare, as late August is usually the peak of summer heat, not a time for strong autumn-like chills. In Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan, daytime highs may only reach 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, while nighttime lows could dip into the 40s, and even near freezing in northeastern Minnesota where patchy frost is possible. Meanwhile, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma will remain under scorching heat above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, creating a sharp contrast between the two halves of the country. Yet, in this south-central zone, the clash of cold and hot air will trigger widespread thunderstorms on Monday and Tuesday, raising risks of flooding, flash floods, and damaging winds. Day-by-day outlook for the next 7 days. Monday. Morning lows in Minnesota and Wisconsin drop below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Central U.S. states such as Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma face intense thunderstorms, with rainfall amounts of 2 to 3 inches possible in just hours. Tuesday to Wednesday, cold air spreads into the northeast and southeast. Major cities like Atlanta, Dallas, and New York all feel the chill, with drops of 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Northern Florida may even experience its first cool days of the season. Thursday to Friday, the chill holds strong. From Texas to the East Coast, highs generally range 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, pleasant for many, but potentially disruptive for crops not yet adapted. Weekend, early September. Temperatures remain below average, especially in the Midwest and Northeast. However, long-range models suggest a warming trend by early September. possibly bringing back a surge in severe weather potential across the central U.S. Why such an unusual chill? Experts attribute this rare late summer cold spell to a combination of factors. Deep trough over the Great Lakes, drawing cold air south from Canada. Stubborn high pressure in the southwest, blocking westward escape, forcing the chill eastward. Northwesterly jet stream, acting like a pipeline, carrying Arctic air directly into the U.S. Surface heating from prior heatwaves, intensifying temperature contrasts, fueling severe thunderstorms where hot and cold air collide. This is therefore a compound meteorological event, highlighting the volatile nature of the atmosphere during seasonal transitions. Atlantic storm activity, ocean growing turbulent. While the U.S. braces for cold, the Atlantic basin is heating up. Late August and September are always peak hurricane months, and 2025 is no exception. Low near Bermuda, possible tropical storm Fernand. A low-pressure system south of Bermuda is showing increased rotation, stronger convection, and surface winds near 30 to 35 miles per hour, with sea surface temperatures around 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. The chance of tropical storm formation is high. If named, it would become Tropical Storm Fernand, the next on the 2025 list. While unlikely to reach hurricane strength, it could still bring strong winds, rough seas, and dangerous rip currents around Bermuda. Tropical wave in the Caribbean, an uncertain, wild card. Even more concerning is a strong tropical wave moving into the Lesser Antilles, Barbados, Grenada, Martinique, St. Lucia, though lacking a closed circulation. It is already producing widespread heavy rainfall. In the next 24 to 48 hours, rainfall totals may exceed 4 inches in places, raising flash flood and landslide threats, especially in Dominica and St. Vincent. Forecast models suggest 3 possible tracks. Into Central America, northward toward Florida or the Bahamas. Into the Gulf of Mexico, potentially strengthening further. Regardless of path, heavy rainfall is expected. Regional impacts and warnings. Midwest and Great Lakes, deep chill. Frost risks for crops. Ohio Valley and Northeast, highs in the 60s to 70s degree F. Lows in the 40s degree F, jackets advised. Southeast and Florida, cooler by 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, with scattered storms. Texas and South Central states, extreme heat persists, but storms increase flood risks. Bermuda, possible impacts from Tropical Storm Fernand. Caribbean, widespread heavy rainfall, flash floods likely in 48 hours. Broader consequences and long-term outlook. Agriculture, summer crops in the Midwest face damage from early frost. Energy demand, air conditioning needs will plunge, but heating demand may rise unexpectedly. Transportation, flooding could disrupt travel and logistics. Tourism, Florida to Bermuda beaches may face rip current advisories or closures. Longer-term forecasts indicate a rebound in warmth by early September, possibly reigniting severe storm risks in the central U.S., while the Atlantic will remain active with more potential tropical cyclones. In conclusion, the late August and early September weather picture is one of sharp contrasts, a sudden chill across the U.S. heartland and east, versus rising storm threats across the Atlantic. One side brings refreshing relief from relentless heat, while the other poses looming dangers from the sea. We will continue to keep you updated in our upcoming bulletins. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay informed of critical weather updates. Goodbye, and see you next time.